Hey lovelies, welcome again to my channel. If it's your first time seeing me, my name is Sharry. I talk about nursing and lifestyle in the UK. So if these are content you love to see, kindly subscribe and join the awesome family. So today I'm going to be talking about revalidation. For the period I've been in the UK, I've seen people do revalidation, and some people who aren't very prepared looked always stressed and running through and through looking for documents and evidence to submit, and the whole process seems very frustrating to me, and I wouldn't like to be in that kind of situation. People just had their revalidation done, and I was just thinking, I think I should start this thing early enough so that when it's my turn, I don't get surprised. I love surprises, but I don't like those kind of surprises. So I made my research about things that I expected of me as a nurse and what I need to put in place or what I need to start doing before I get revalidated, because we all know that revalidation is very, very important as a nurse, midwife, or a nursing associate in the UK, because that shows that you're a nurse and still legally allowed to work. So now let's talk about what revalidation is. So revalidation is a process where nurses, midwives, and nursing associates who are living and working in the UK follow to maintain or to keep their registration with the NMC. So it's a form of renewing your registration with the NMC to keep practicing as a nurse. So you are required to revalidate every 3 years. So someone might ask what's the purpose of revalidation is. So revalidation helps you to reflect on your role as a nurse and for you to identify your gaps and make adjustments where possible. And it also helps you to demonstrate or to check whether you are living by the code of nursing. And lastly, it promotes good practice. Now let's look at what is expected of you or what the requirements are. So there is a whole list of things you are supposed to provide to be revalidated. You cannot do without it, unfortunately. So with revalidation, you need proof. You can't just come and tell your line manager that, oh, you have done this, you have done so and so on this date. What shows you have done them? Like, you need solid proof to show that you are safe to practice and that your skills and your knowledge is up to date. Requirements number 1 is you are required to have worked for 450 hours or 900 hours if you work as both nurse and a midwife. So that 450 hours is the minimum number of hours a nurse is supposed to work to be revalidated. 450 hours might seem huge, but honestly it's something little, because as a nurse you work 37.5 hours in a week anyway, so that's like 2 months. And you need evidence for that, and obviously your rota is your evidence, so that wouldn't be a problem. And then the next one is 35 hours of CPD, which is continuing professional development, and out of these 35 hours, 20 hours is supposed to be participatory. So what do they mean by that? They want you to take trainings, be it in person or virtual. And participatory, they want you to engage with other health professional, other nurses in discussions, things like workshop trainings and peer review. All those things count in this section of your revalidation. So you have to make sure that all those little papers they give you at the end of the program, like your certificates and evaluation and all those things, you have to get a safe place to keep all those evidences for you to present when it's time for you to revalidate. Also, all the trainings you do in the hospital counts, like your manual handling, your trainings, the normal training they book you for, they also come in hours. So all those things count. And the good thing is they do not have any specific courses for you to take. They leave that entirely for you to decide. So aside the normal trainings you do, you can ask your line manager to book you for any workshop that is upcoming of your choice, and then that can be done, or you can even do it on your own. There are a lot of courses on your hospital intranet that you can do at your own pace and time. But the next one is practice related feedback. So these are the feedback you receive from your colleagues, your patients, students you've worked with, people that had admire or appreciate your nursing work. So you need 5 of that. All 5 doesn't have to come from patients. So you need some from patients, your colleagues, students you've worked with, and like maybe an HCA or even management. You can also use feedback from team performance reports, and then feedback from like your annual appraisal as well. And the next one is 5 reflective written accounts. So what do they mean by this? Things you have come across or experiences that you've had that have changed your perception or have, made you sat down to reflect on certain things that you can do better, or things that can improve the quality of care you give to your patients. So you can get this from your experiences in your day-to-day activities, or courses you may have taken that may have changed your perception about certain condition or practice, stuff like that. Talking about these experiences, you need to make sure that they reflect the code of nurses. So the code of nursing is 1. Prioritize people, practice effectively, preserve safety, and then promote professionalism and trust. And the next requirement is reflective discussion. So you are required to have a discussion with an NMC registered nurse talking about reflection, and this is mostly done with the line managers. And then confirmation. So NMC recommends that you get confirmation from your line manager, but if you do not have a line manager, you'd have to get it from another NMC registered nurse or midwife. But however, conditions apply. That nurse's registration has to be up to date, so they have to be practicing, not retired, suspended, not about to be striked off or even striked off. If not, your application will be rejected. And so after doing all these things, what happens if you have not met your requirements? So you are required to submit your application 60 days before your revalidation date. So that is enough time for you to go through everything with your line manager to see whether you've got everything in place, and if his or her evaluation you haven't met the requirements, they are going to give you time to sort your proof, make sure you sort out your proofs, get them all in place before your re-evaluation dates. Now talking about re-evaluation dates, when you're supposed to be revalidated. So when you go to your NMC portal, you'll see your revalidation date, and your revalidation date is the first day of the month of your renewal dates. So if your renewal date is the 25th of July, your re-evaluation day will be the 1st of July of your 3rd year. And then after going through all this hassle of getting your proofs and everything, if you submit it, what happens? So NMC will not get in contact with you if your application is up to date, everything is correct, unless they need further clarification or information about certain things. That is when NMC would contact you. So I'm yet to be revalidated myself. I just decided to get a fair idea of some of the things that is expected of me when it's time for me to be revalidated, and I help someone out there who is also yet to be revalidated, so that we don't struggle to get our evidences or proof. So what I would say is, from now to your revalidation, sort out your certificates, get something that you can keep all your certificates in it. So I'll show you what I got myself, where I keep all my certificates and everything. So I hope this helped someone out there. Share this video to your friends who are nurses and to your colleagues as well, so that we can all keep our pins as nurses in the UK. So let me know in the comment section some of the things that you think can help us to make our revalidation process easier and faster. And if there are any corrections, any further explanation, please let us know so that we can help each other as healthcare workers. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to motivate me to bring more videos to you. So my next video, stay awesome.